What we're seeing in the Sydney market at the moment is certainly an increase in activity across the board, particularly in the inner city ring suburbs, through the growth corridor of the inner west, even across to the northern beaches. In particularly, what we're looking at is seeing key drivers such as auction clearance rates on the increase. We're looking at vacancy rates tightening, so what people are referring to as a rental squeeze. What we're also seeing is a number of people going through the open houses, so more traffic through the door, and what that means is people are getting out, they're more encouraged to buy property, they're finding the ability to purchase property now is there. The cost of acquiring property is more affordable than ever. So if you were to ask me, in particular, if you had a certain amount to spend, what we'd be looking at is particular breakdown of suburbs area by area. So for example, between $400,000 to $600,000, what we'd be looking at is certain suburbs that are on the periphery of the price ripple. So other suburbs that are now becoming what we call fully priced or unaffordable for some, the purchasers are moving to the surrounding suburbs, so such areas Campsie, Belmore, Ashfield, Ashbury, Croydon Park, Croydon North. Those sorts of areas we're finding the entry price points are achievable within people's range. First home buyers can get in there, investors are getting good relative yields, sitting up around 5 to 5.5% in some of those suburbs, and the cost of acquisition is low, so making them what we consider good investment grade assets. Comparatively though, if you're looking between say $700,000 and $900,000, we'd come closer into the inner city suburbs, Newtown, Enmore, Stanmore, Petersham, those sorts of areas, where the typical type of asset we look at for our clients are things like terraces, single-storey terraces with internal configuration changes possible without having to go through the DA process. So clients can acquire these assets, carry out a cosmetic or a structural internal renovation without the lengthy delays of the DA process, but still nonetheless being able to either convert to test if they're owner-occupiers, or for investors, manipulate the floor plan to the point where it'll be commensurate with the local market and get a strong tenancy base for that. If you're looking at higher price points between say 9 to 1.2 million, the sorts of suburbs that we're seeing strong demand are even closer in. Paddington, some of the beachside suburbs, up through Bondi, Randwick, into Bronte, Clovelly, Tamarama, those sorts of areas. Affordability is key. So in those sorts of areas, particularly around the beaches, we're still in the strata apartment dwelling space. Very hard to find semis, townhouses for that sort of price point. It's a very competitive price point, in fact. So what people are doing is looking at things like fully renovated or renovatable properties in the 2 to 3 bedroom strata situation, renovating to taste, putting tenants in or owner-occupying themselves. Other suburbs such as Dulwich Hill, Summerhill, very popular areas, very strong family-oriented areas, very good village atmosphere type feel there. So the demand is strong in that price point there as well.